Good day to all. Good day to all. It's Nurturing of Our Humanity, my Wednesday live. Let's talk about it. So, the title of this video is Loosen Up These Lives a Bit for 2026. Um, with this being a live video, I want to make sure that, let me just preface this by saying this. I haven't been doing edited and put together videos on subjects, which I do plan to do, and I'm going to do on this channel. I've been waiting for some hardware upgrades. Those upgrades have made their way in. So it's just time for me to do some more learning, a little more YouTube University. You call it what you need to, but I have to get myself up to that. But I do have a pretty nice content locker, and I'm going to put some good videos and good things together um, with my experiences over the last probably decade, 10 to 15 years. I have a lot of content, videos, pictures, you name it, stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to loosen this one up. I want to get a feel for how it comes across, with me not coming in so regimented on bullet points and a subject or a topic, but more or less a few subjects. But listen, let me preface this by saying, um, I'm not trying to get so loose into current events that this is like a reaction channel. That's not what I'm here to do. There's a lot of guys that got that lane field. They can have it. I'm not here for that. But I do want to be willing to detour from the thumbnail information when I'm doing the lives. So that's what I'm making an attempt to do here. So with that, how y'all doing? Okay, let's talk about this. Today, it's 1:15 right now here, AM Pacific. But this is Christmas Eve, 2025, December 24th. Okay. So happy holidays to everybody who celebrates that stuff. I remember when that was a magical time of the year for me. That magic is gone. The joy is not gone. I found joy through the entire calendar, but I've lost it on specific days. But it's all good. The weather. My weather out here today, we're getting in a little pattern of just starting to get to some rain. And so that's going to be an interesting little run through. I think I got everything pretty much set up and put away and everything where I'm ready for the rain to come through. So the first main topic that I'm going to drop a little bit of time on is there's a movement going through the streets, supposedly. It's actually going through social media. It's going through the internet. It's titled F the Streets. I guess we can be explicit over here, but I just want to speak really quickly to it, to what I'm seeing and what I'm taking from it. And really, this movement is a tail tucking. This is really about tail tucking. This is, in my humble opinion, maybe I'm not that humble, but in my opinion, what this is all about is Young Thug. And Young Thug, well, let's just say before this Young Thug, before he caught himself up in talking too much and snitching and talking to the police and all the stuff that he claims to be on the code not to do, everybody was forget the rats, all this 6ix9ine Gunna. They was throwing them all under the bus. And then they couldn't get Young Thug from up under the bus. So they backed the bus up and turned the whole direction of it. And I think that's really the base of where this F the Streets comes from, because these cats really don't have any more value than the money they can get or hold. And as soon as their money gets touched, then they change suit. And I think that's just basically all this is. So that's my 2 cents on that. Another little quick topic I wanted to speak on real quick, I happened to run across today was Nicki Minaj. Apparently she has come out and spoke on her political beliefs. And, as just as a man and a friend, I know to stay away from a few subjects. And the main ones is uh, relationships, religion, and politics. If you can stay off of those, you probably have a pretty good, a better chance of having a good outcome with your friends or who you're talking to. I mean, at least that's how I tend to see it. Um, but anyway, she spoke out on it, and she had pretty good support actually for Trump and his whole cabinet. Me personally, I think there's pros and cons to all of it. And I think there's some good things about Trump being there. I think there's some BS about it. I also think people are going to catch bullets because they're there when this stuff happens. So it's not like if somebody else was in the office, some of these things or natural disasters and different things would not have happened. Um, I just think some people are pushing us down the road faster, and other people are hitting the brakes and sending all the BS to our children and generations to come. And I think that's really what I see the most between Republican and Democrat stuff. And it seems to me like Democrats do a pretty good job of hitting the brakes and sending all the BS down the line, So yeah, people might not get Social Security in 30 years, but they're getting it now. And I think this Republican setup is like, hey, we're trillions of dollars in debt. We're going in debt more and more every day. We got to address this now. And I feel like they are just pushing the train, like we got to hurry up and figure out how to fix this immediately. I'm not saying it's that black and white clean cut, but that's my Cliff Notes version of it, and I don't want to go too deep into that as well. Next thing I want to speak about is AI. Just real quick, I've spoke over this a few times, but I want to run back through it again, but I want to run through it with a different lens. I want to run through it with a precautionary lens. And I just want to say to you that, some of these things are coming regardless of how you feel about them. So, you kind of got to figure out how to get with it, or, you're going to get run over by it. The angle of AI I want to speak to is the hardware choices that you make. I just watched a video. Now, listen, I am Apple biased. I got Apple stuff all over the place. That's what I do, not just the phone, computer. I'm into the architecture of that hardware. But let me speak to you what I saw. Well, they were speaking about NVIDIA and how they're setting up stuff, but and how they're building out all of their things and getting prepared for AI, and how much power draw it is, and the size of this, and how all these companies have to conform or format themselves to work through the NVIDIA system. And they were speaking on how Apple has just gone off as like a lone ranger, and Apple has designed their own chips. They're getting themselves where they're not dependent on another person or another company, excuse me. And they're literally setting themselves up with more efficient, faster setups that are actually going to be potentially, I mean, like I said, I can't predict the future, but this is just what Apple's on, but they're predicting that they're setting up well for the future use of this, meaning that Apple's going to be very stealth, and a lot of this is going to be able to work in your phone instead of being connected through the cloud to other things. To sum it all up for you and make it a little bit more simple, it just sounds like Apple's playing the long game a little bit better. Possibly. We'll see how things go. But there's trillions and billions and billions and billions of dollars going into this AI buildups. And we're going to see how the race comes out. But be careful of the hardware you choose. And because once you get in that architecture, you're going to kind of be stuck to it, just like me as well. If I'm on the wrong side, I'm on the wrong side. Okay. That goes for all of us. I want to finish this video up by just kind of saying this is my 99th video upload. Um, there's one more Wednesday. That'll be the 31st of December. That'll be my 100th video if everything goes well and all these upload. I don't have no flags or anything restricts them. And it's just a great milestone. I'm just making a little milestone. I'm making it to 100. Hooray. Okay. Lastly, I think what I'm going to start doing with these lives, and please let me know how you feel about the flow of things, because I'm going to try to be a little more spontaneous and just, responsive. And then if I need to, even be hopping in my comments and stuff also. Okay. But next week, I think I'm going to talk about, of course, New Year's resolutions, because it'll be the New Year's Eve that night. And, or next Wednesday night will be New Year's Eve. And yes, that's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And I want to tell you also, I was just looking through the calendar. Last year, the last day of the year, December 31st, was on a Tuesday. This year it's on a Wednesday. Next year it's on a Thursday. And then the year after that, it's on Friday. I don't know how these things kind of pan out, but I was just looking at some stuff. I'm always trying, I guess it's ADHD, whatever it is, but I'm always putting together interesting things and connecting them. But I think next week I'm going to talk about the New Year's resolutions. I have a lot in store for that, and I have a lot going on with that. And I've been writing my stuff down myself. And let me see if I'll give you a quick little sneak peek. There's not much to it, but I have been writing about what I got going on for next year, or getting myself ready for it. Eating plans, exercise, when to wake up, when to eat, not to eat. I'll talk about that next week. And finally, I'm going to talk about federal drug scheduling. We're going to talk about Schedule 1 through 5. Of course, marijuana has just moved by our POTUS from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, and we're going to talk about the changes that can bring to an industry that's near and dear to me, and how it might affect you guys as well. All right, and with that, this is my Wednesday live, you guys, and I am on the way out of here. Peace.